Yo, it's your boy Kenji, man, and I got a movie, miniseries review for you. Not a movie, it's a Netflix miniseries. It is called Midnight Mass, and it's directed by Mike Flanagan, and it's starring Zach Gilford, Kate Siegel, Hamish Linklater, Samantha Sloyan, Rahul Kohli, and Henry Thomas. You've probably seen these guys in other stuff that's involving Netflix, but let's go into this this mini series. Now, this was a actually good uh, mini series, man. I wanted to see more of it. I wished it wasn't just one season, one and done, because then it's like 7 episodes, so it's almost like there's more to tell in the story, but it got condensed into 7 episodes, and I would have liked to see multiple seasons, just like with any other TV series that I think is watchable. Yellow Jackets. That would be messed up if Yellow Jackets got put into a mini series. Still would have been good, but you wouldn't be able to expand on it. Now, it received positive views. I didn't really this. It was released in September 24th of last year, 2021. And I didn't really hear nothing about it, man. I ain't got Netflix. I got the hookup. And the hookup is fmovies.to. Get everything for free. Got to deal with some pop-ups, but hey, just click out it fast enough before it resets and do it again. But it received positive views. And I understand why it went under the radar because of the problem I explained earlier. It's a mini series, and if you don't know, if you haven't watched the show, and you don't want to be spoiled, then you wouldn't know what Midnight Mass is about. So I went into it knowing what it was about because somebody told me about it. Spoilers. Wait, before I get into spoilers, but I want to get into a little bit of the plot. The plot centers on an isolated island community that is experiencing supernatural events after arrival of a mysterious priest. You start having people basically starting to, all their sicknesses are getting cured. That's what is going on. You got a priest. This series revolves around the whole idea of atheism and Christianity. As the star character, Zach Gilford, he is playing Aaron Green, and in this show, he goes to jail, gets locked up for 4 to 10 years after drunk driving and killing a teenage girl, ramming into a car, and he goes to jail. But he's actually from this isolated island, which is very religious. There's a Catholic church there, and he grew out of it, left, and he did something horrible. And while he was in jail, it still didn't convince him to join the Catholic Church, and his family has a back and forth with that because they want him to be more religious like they are. And what starts to happen is spoilers now. Spoilers, getting in spoilers, because you see the premise. I gave you all that. All right, spoilers. Show's about vampires. And when that's the thing, if you didn't know about it, because it's not like it's promoting it, it's a big mystery as you're going through it. But I was already told. I was like, for the first 4 episodes, I'm looking for vampires, right? And what happens is, this priest is the older priest. The older priest left, went to Jerusalem, walked in the desert, got lost because he's going mentally crazy, falls into this opening in the desert where it looks like a temple going inside, and he is attacked by a vampire creature that he mistakes to be an angel, even though it looks like a demon, right? It's like this dude don't understand. Hey, there's a difference between demon and angels. Demons are fallen angels, right? And so this demon vampire bites him, drink his blood, and then it gives the vampire No, the vampire gives him the blood and he becomes young again. So he goes to this back to his island to give everybody this vampire blood. He brings the vampire there too, and he starts to pour it into the the sacrifice thing. I forgot what that's called. I'm a Baptist. I should know this. But they drink the wine, and eat the crackers, right? So he's pouring that into the wine, and all behold, people start to become healthy. There was a girl who was paralyzed by another guy who shot her while he was hunting on the island. I don't know what he was hunting, but he was a drunk. Ain't nothing on the island that she killed except fishing. And so he shoots her, and then all of a sudden, the priest, he tells her to get up and start walking because he knows he's been giving those people the blood of that vampire, and she begins to walk. And she's basically healed. You start seeing older people become young again, falling out of their dementia. You start seeing, it was one part where a woman was pregnant, and she wasn't even pregnant no more, baby gone. It was wild. But the thing is, if you die or you take on the blood of this vampire for too long, the rules are kind of iffy because there were problems with this show because they were rushing it. Um, if you were just drinking the blood, then you could still be able to get in the sun. But if you didn't take the blood anymore, after a while, your illness would come back. But if you drank the blood and then you were killed, like the priest was. He was killed by the vampire, brought him back with blood. So you have to die to actually become the vampire. And once you become the vampire, the sun is going to burn your ass to ash, right? So just imagine going through these episodes the way I have, trying to figure out who is the vampire, is it the priest, is it somebody else in the village, and then right at the third episode you find out about it. You're like, damn, it's too early, but you realize it's a miniseries, 7 episodes. We got to get to the point. And I said, man, I wish the mystery would have lingered a little bit more, and I wish that because once you watch those first 3 episodes, you don't really see no vampire action. You're just seeing small little details of something that's going on. You don't know what's going on. You're seeing shadows, uh, eyes in the dark. You don't really know what's going on unless somebody told you. It's vampires. And as you're learning these characters, you're starting to basically learn each character, and you start to become connected to the character. But then everything breaks loose so quick. You like, man, I wish they could have kept building up these characters because it was like 100 and some people on the island. They only focused on a few people on the island, and I wish there were multiple seasons so you could see this be carried out because the priest just start exposing everything. He started wanting blood. I was like, man, if only this was multiple seasons, it could have been way better. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about once you watch it. You'll be like, damn, I feel like they rushed it. And then at the end, it's like 7 episodes. Everybody on the island dies because um, it was crazy. It was one crazy scene where the priest just finally just lets everybody know, hey, look, I found this angel slash demon in the desert way in the Middle East, and I brung it back, and then it walks in, and there's also a cop there who's actually Muslim, and he's having problems with the community because they're a majority Catholic Christians, and he shows up. The first time he shows up, he sees this demon walking in this motherfucker, and you like, man, but the demon never speaks. It never elaborates what it is. It's just like it's a vampire slash demon, but it never really speaks. It's not as if it's controlling the priest. It's more like the priest is controlling him just so he can have somebody to feed on. I'm like, what's the purpose of you walking with this priest? How did he convince you? See, we could have expanded more on that instead of just saying there was a goddamn vampire in the Middle East hidden under the sands. And that's it. Bruh, there's so many questions. And the show just ends with everybody on the island. Yeah, they just man, people in the church start biting each other, start drinking the blood, killing themselves. They poison themselves, and they came back as vampires. And anybody that wasn't in the church, they was food. Unless you was drinking, you wasn't gonna come back to life unless you was drinking the blood already. So a lot of people died on the island, and then they burnt the whole damn village down, and tried to only have the church in this rec room that they were supposed to hide in. But then the main stars come and burn down the church and the rec room, so there's nowhere for them to hide. And then they all die from wounds. You like, damn, ain't nobody gonna make it. And by the way, the protagonist, the dude who was the star of the show, killed himself in goddamn episode 5. I'm like, motherfucker, because he got turned into a vampire. And I'm like, and he just went into the ocean with his girl on the boat, trying to convince her, look, I'm a vampire. I'm gonna show you when the sun come out and kill me. And I'm thinking, like, ain't there a better way to tell her that you're a vampire, bro? Goddamn. And he kills himself. And I'm thinking, like, bro, what the fuck? You done killed the main character too quick, nigga. This episode 5. And so at that last 2 episodes, you like, man, who's driving this show? And then it's his girl. And I'm thinking, like, then I looked up his girl and I found out the girl, her name is Kate Siegel. She's the wife of the director. And I'm thinking, oh, no wonder they killed you. They said, God damn it, we were just having you there for a moment. Put my wife in this. And I'm thinking, like, it's Resident Evil all over again. Right? Only people that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Directors always putting their wives in some shit. It's never the opposite, right? It's never like, my wife put me in this movie. No, it's never that. But bro, all right, we get it. You trying to make your girl a star, but nothing was wrong with that. I'm just saying, if nothing wrong with that idea of killing a star and then having somebody else come in. What was wrong with it? It was I felt like I didn't get to know that dude enough and her to just replace him. I was like, y'all wasn't even building her up before you knew her. You don't know nothing about her background. Well, they did tell her, she was, but still, it didn't feel right. It wasn't a smooth transition, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened, man. Only 2 people survived. It was old boy, the star's little brother, and the black girl who was paralyzed but then started walking again. And then as soon as like the show was about to end, they showed that she couldn't feel her legs no more, meaning the blood was gone. Because I was thinking, like, if the blood is still in them, then that means when they die, however they die, they coming back as vampire. But then they closed it. They just closed the whole loop and everything. And the vampire, he died in the sun trying to get away. At the end, man, he wrapped it up like a motherfucker. He made sure. I guess Netflix told him, look, don't try no fishy shit. This is 1 season and 1 only. Close it up. No room for no season 2. Close up every character. Matter of fact, make everybody die in that motherfucker. And he was like, what about the kids? Just 2. And make sure they cannot make a season 2. Flanagan. But yeah, man, it was good, man. Good idea, but god damn, 7 episodes. The priest was the best thing about it. What's the dude's actor name? The priest was named Hamish Linklater. He had the best acting in there because they really just only had room. He was the best thing in the show. There was parts where the priest was interviewing the star, right? What's his name again? Aaron Green. And it was like an interview. If you didn't know he was a vampire yet, but you was like, this is like interview with a vampire. But he's trying to convince you to come back to the Lord. It was crazy though. So you see the good idea about this. He was like, man, if this idea could have been turned into a movie or a long TV show, but I looked into it, people, man. Mike Flanagan was trying to turn this into a movie. Went to multiple studios. They denied him, and he had to go to Netflix, where they ruin all good ideas. I'm telling you, man, Netflix be having some TV shows that have great ideas. It's just they just don't see the ball. They be like they drop the ball on shit. They be the best shows. They don't even know expect. They don't even expect this show to be good. They just be like, here, throw some little bit of money at it. Go make your movie on an island. Do what you gotta do. But that's it, man. I spoiled it. It was alright. But it's your boy Kenji. Subscribe, comment, like, share, do all the thug dizzle. I'm out.